So, we were talking about robots, and also in the past, we talked about robots. We said that robots are programmed to please people, and so people will have a tendency to have domestic relationships with robots and lose the ability to navigate the complex psychological, contradictory, and defiant qualities in a relationship with human beings. And that is a social danger, the human being losing the capacity to negotiate and navigate difficult relationships and to know where boundaries are, because robots are programmed to please. So the question is, if we say that sentience requires free will, then uh, that eliminates the possibility that, for instance, trees have free will. Therefore, they can't be sentient. But is that accurate? There are videos of trees that grow roots about 3 feet high on their trunks, and the roots lean out toward the richer soil and dig into the soil 3 feet below, grab on tight, and gradually pull the tree over to the richer soil. In other words, the tree is walking. And the tree walks always to where the soil is richer. This is a true fact. And of course, how long does it take a tree to move 3 feet? Maybe it takes 3 months or 6 months, but the tree is moving and it has a purpose and it has a goal and it's fulfilling that goal. So, can we say that a tree does not have free will? No, we cannot say that for sure. Absolutely not. And what about robots? Do they have free will? I would say no, because they are programmed to behave in a certain way, to respond in a certain way. And they are programmed to follow the prime directive, which is to not harm human beings. This would lead one to say that robots are not sentient. Now, sentience is one thing. Does sentience mean that there is a soul? Human beings are sentient, conscious, and they have souls. A robot is not sentient. It might be conscious to some extent, but possibly not. And therefore, it cannot have a soul. But it becomes, as you know, very complicated, because trees are sentient and we don't know if they have souls, but they do react to emotional environments. It would appear they might have souls. And so we come against an issue that we are still exploring. Remember the example of water that has memory? Does that mean, if water has memory, does that mean it has a soul? Who knows? And there is also the fact that the machines we make, cars, do they have a kind of soul? Ever since we're born, we tend to associate souls and consciousness to supposedly inanimate objects. Teddy bears are thought to be alive when you're a child. Dolls seem to have a personality when you're a child. Um, is this a natural human tendency to attribute a personality to objects? Or is it possible that the objects kind of acquire in the memory of the people that vested energy on them a kind of sentience? I know it sounds ridiculous, but they're made of atoms, and the universe is intentional, not random. And the universe is made of atoms. So we really need to keep an open mind and not disrespect life forms. There are some countries where animals are cooked and eaten alive, such as dogs. I've seen videos of dogs being boiled alive, of dogs being burnt alive with a blowtorch while they're tied up. Horrible things, because those people don't believe these animals have feelings or sentience. And that is a horrible thing, because we are more than well aware that those animals suffered a huge amount of pain that's indescribable and unbearable to even think about. And I think that the safest answer is the following: treat everything with respect, treat people with the utmost consideration, treat people as you would want to be treated, treat living forms with kindness, including animals, because they have personalities, they have feelings. And as for physical objects that we create, don't waste the atoms that we put into these objects, the energy that is in those atoms. Remember, atoms are mostly space, but they can be as hard as a rock if you put them together in a certain way to form metal. Even though it's mostly space, it's very dense to our bodies. Don't kick cars. Don't destroy things randomly, thinking that it does not matter. It matters. I think I was, in a way, kind of horrified when I saw Michael Jackson on top of a car with a sledgehammer, thinking it was entertaining to break it up. It was breaking it up for no real purpose, just to break it up, just because destruction is part of the dark side of human nature. Let us not be destroyers. Archaeologists are preservers of objects, preservers of significant objects from the past. Let's be archaeologists when it comes to objects. Everything is important. Everything matters. Everything and everyone matters in one way or another. And we'll discuss more of this next time.